I am Lilian Wahome. I am the producer of God Forbid. God Forbid is a period piece, and it speaks about very trivial matters in society, so we needed to be accurate to the time. On matters religion, we needed to be at least, we didn't want to be blasphemous, of course. And even with the interactions in the class and all that, we needed to be accurate to that time as well. So to avoid veering off the road, I did research and development. It was not just online. We interviewed teachers who used to teach during that time, students used to study during that time, religious people with actual questionnaires and everything. So yeah, it was fun. I mean, on the day of shoot, it rained very heavily. So because of that, we set the production late, but we finished by 6 actually. We finished on time, so that's a big win for us. Another thing is that there was no electricity. We didn't have a backup generator. We used our mobile phones to light some of these scenes, especially the Reverend scenes. Another thing is that the Reverend didn't have an office. We used the hall to shoot the Reverend scenes. The biggest support we received was equipment, audition location. We received some funding for God Forbid. We had amazing supervisors who were with us on set. We have, I can say, Warenge Mwaneki was the main producer. Cheki Ambalwa was our cinematography supervisor. Hendrik Sam was our sound supervisor. Of course, special mention to Karumba Ngatia, DJ Kroba. He helped us with cleaning our sound, post-production sound. Part of what we learn in school is we learn everything: script writing, producing, editing, sound, cinematography, all these bits that put a production together. So as a producer, especially being a big role, you must have an idea of at least everything, so that when you're running the production, you know, cinematographers need this, editors need this. So the course helped me to understand the process of production, and of course the outcome after producing God Forbid, I understood it better. God Forbid is a very authentic African story. We invested a lot, especially with research and development. I applaud my team members because everyone in different disciplines did research according to their own strengths. If it's editing, they are looking at color grading, how do these period pieces look like. We had films that we all watched actually as reference, as a point of reference to developing our film. And actually people were faithful enough to go watch, and we could come to class and discuss. Some of the films we used for reference were like The First Grader, Beasts of No Nation, Sarafina, such kind of movies, just so that we understand how are we going to approach this film, God Forbid. I think that is what made God Forbid very successful. Everyone put their weight and everyone enjoyed the entire process of production. We have won Best International Film, Up and Coming Film Festival in Hanover, Germany, which is a very big win for us, because when we were doing this film, our primary target audience actually was African schools. It's an African story, Africans relate, it's about colonialism with a bit of religion, and how people have also misused religion. So our primary audience, yes, we have received a lot of nominations, but getting its first win in a European audience it was exciting, of course, for us, for the whole team. Everyone loves God Forbid the film, irrespective of where you come from. So with African audiences, God Forbid has a part where the teacher is beating up the student, and then there's the part where the Bible is, we attempt to burn the Bible. Also, let me give a disclaimer that we didn't burn the Bible, we didn't cut the Mugumo tree, and no one got harmed during the filming of this production. So with Africans, the part where we attempt to burn the Bible was like, how could you? You want to burn the Bible? How could you do that? But with European audiences, you attempted to beat this child. How could you do that? So, of course, everyone, there is that moment in both audiences, but from different scenes. But then you come to understand why. Because with Africans, I think we're used to violence. And the violence came, of course, from colonialism, because that's how the colonizers were in literally all African countries, irrespective of who your colonizer was. The religion thing was the same, because missionaries brought this religion to our countries, and some were very violent while putting that religion into your head. Europeans don't know that. Europeans think colonialism brought civilization to Africa. They made our lives better. Like, we couldn't survive without colonization. Because I also spoke to a teacher there, and that's what the teacher told me. Was like, as we know, we made you guys better, but when we see the film, we understand, oh, we actually brought trauma into your lives. As much as we came into your country, we did a lot of harm more than good, especially with internal colonialism. It wasn't even about the external things that we see, the roads, the cars, whatever. But as an African, what do you feel? What do you think about yourself? So, I don't know. Watch God Forbid and then you figure that out. I'm drawn a lot to African stories and telling African stories, because I think as Africans we are underrepresented, and on top of that, our stories are told by other people from their perspective. So I think it's about time that we also are courageous enough to talk about our stories ourselves, even the things that people don't like talking about, like religion, for example. I mean, we tackled a bit of that in God Forbid. Some people liked it, some people didn't. But the fact that it sparks a conversation, I think that is what I intend to do, have more social impact stories, and of course, talk about African stories in the most open way without, censoring. Or what I would tell aspiring producers, maybe, is that I think you should enjoy the chaos. To me, that's my mantra. Enjoy the chaos, because nothing in this life comes easy. People will see the success of God Forbid, but they will not see the troubles we went through, from being rained on to the electricity to what, all those things. Computers crashing when you are rendering. We went through a lot during the shooting of God Forbid. I mean, even the camera we had to use, we didn't use it. We used other cameras. So there's a lot that comes with running a production, that is some expected, some unexpected, but I think people should enjoy the chaos, because it's not something you can actually run away from. Because at the end of the day, when you see a product, you'll be happy, you'll be proud that actually you have made this thing that was just in your head, and then seeing it come to life. That's beautiful. It's a very beautiful thing to see. God Forbid has won Best International Film in the Up and Coming Festival in Hanover, Germany. God Forbid has also been nominated in other films, in other festivals like International Student Film Festival, Lift Off First Time Filmmakers Sessions, Edo State International Film Festival in Nigeria, Just Film Festival here in Nairobi, semi-finalist Zimbabwe International Film Festival, official selection in the African Film Festival, official selection in the Eldoret Film Festival, and we are also finalists in the Mombasa International Film Festival. And of course, we were selected in the mixed film screening, which is now, hopefully, maybe, might develop into a festival.